bestseller novel by Kevin Kwan. Chu says he plans to shoot with an all-star Asian cast. Full-frame correspondent Sandra Hughes recently caught up with the filmmaker to talk about his 2016 release of Now You See Me Too and his thoughts on the state of Hollywood.
Ladies and gentlemen, the four horsemen, the girl horsemen. Woo! Yeah!
Now You See Me Too is a caper film with a detour to China.
We jumped off a rooftop in New York. Where the hell are we? We landed in China.
Which is very fitting for its director, Jon Chu, the youngest of 5 children born to Chinese parents who taught him a work ethic that has taken him from the halls of the University of Southern California Film School to the highest levels of Hollywood in less than a decade.
I think that for me, when I'm making a movie, that's what I focus on, is what am I making, who am I serving, not the fame that may come with it, or the magazine articles that may come with it, or the reviews that may come with it. I try not to let any of those things affect me. That's not why I do it. I always knew from a kid, like, whether people were going to pay me or not, I was always going to make movies. I will continue to for the rest of my life.
It was his college short film that first got him noticed by one of the biggest names in Hollywood, Steven Spielberg.
It's called When the Kids Are Away, and it was about a 17-minute musical short film about the secret life of mothers and what they do when the kids are away for the day, and they sing and dance, of course.
Exactly what we don't do.
It's a giant musical of all these mothers coming together, and it's sort of a fairy tale in it. What we're trying to do, the texture that we're trying to bring to the...
From there, he's been working non-stop on films and TV shows. His interest in Hollywood diversity evolved along with his career.
And I started going to China. I'd never been to China before, and talking to companies there to see if there was, I don't know, a Chinese movie, even Chinese language movie, or an American movie that could have Chinese elements into it, but never really finding the right fit. It never quite, until recently with Crazy Rich Asians, where it spoke to both sides of me. It spoke to me finding my identity balance side, because that's what a lot of the story is about. It also spoke to my family's traditional side of what they think about Asian American, this generation of Asian, and what they think that we should be retaining from their journey. Also my grandparents' side, and also my friends who look into our family and see it. So all those elements were part of this story that I thought was really fascinating, and the fact that it's an all-Asian cast.
Chu's latest project is a movie called Crazy Rich Asians, based on the book by Kevin Kwan. For Chu, it's all coming at a time when diversity is one of the hottest topics in Hollywood.
This year's Academy Awards, held here at the Dolby Theater, were boycotted by many African-American actors because of an absence of nominations. That led to a movement called Oscars So White. But the Academy Awards host, African-American comedian Chris Rock, made a joke using Asian children on stage. That made many Asian Americans in the entertainment industry angry and asking why were they left out of the discussion on diversity.
The result of tonight's Academy Awards have been tabulated by the accounting firm of PricewaterhouseCoopers. They sent us their most dedicated, accurate, and hard-working representatives. I want you to please welcome Ming Zhu, Bao Ling, and David Moskowitz.
The fact that it's a deal now because of a joke, that shows that we haven't had a real discussion about it, because ultimately it is just a joke. But like, we should be talking about deeper things than a joke at an awards show. We should be talking about the actual work and what is actually going to be on the screen to make changes.
So do you feel comfortable in a meeting with, studio bigwigs when you're talking about projects, saying, hey, let's don't just look at the same Emma Stones every time we're looking for a female lead?
No, I don't. I should be doing it, and I am starting to do it, but it absolutely feels uncomfortable. It absolutely makes me feel weird. I wish I could say it didn't, but just talking about race is awkward for me. I don't know how else to put it, but I do now. And it's getting less awkward, and it's getting more like we're all in the conversation.
That conversation was the topic of discussion in Stephen J. Kung's first feature film called A Leading Man.
I'm not a eunuch. I only play one on TV.
No job is worth dignity and respect.
The film follows the life of an Asian American actor who gets stereotyped on the road to stardom.
It just shows the hardship of being an Asian American actor in Hollywood, because it's very painful to be in a profession where you can't find a job.
Kung now serves as the co-director of the Asian American Committee at the Directors Guild, fostering the careers of other Asian directors. And he's working on the readaptation of the movie Dear White People.
You want to know why they used to call me Black Rich?
Absolutely.
Nobody caught you that.
Into a Netflix original series.
I think America's in search of a great catharsis in terms of what's going on in terms of race. And so when people watch the series in 2017, they're going to see television that's very honest and reflects the world we live in. And that's part of what diversity and inclusion is all about, you know, seeing something on TV that reflects the world, that reflects the multiculturalism around you.
For both Stephen J. Kung and Jon Chu, growing up in America has given them opportunities. But when they were young, there were few role models on screen or behind the camera.
Ultimately, what would you like to see change in Hollywood?
For a young Asian American to look on the screen and see themselves, that their possibilities of being Superman are just as much as the kid at school who looks like Superman.
And with young Asian talent on the move in Hollywood, that idea is a script just waiting to be written. For Full Frame, this is Sandra Hughes in Hollywood.